If you're planning to start a new life abroad, you better be prepared. In 2025, many destinations will close their doors to immigrants. Some of these places are well known, but new rules could take many by surprise. In this video, we'll show you 15 countries where immigration will become a major challenge, and you won't believe what's happening in the 6th country on the list. Crossing the border into North Korea is nearly impossible without facing serious risks. With an isolated regime and extreme surveillance, the government exercises complete control over any foreign presence. Those attempting to immigrate or enter illegally are at high risk of detention or deportation under harsh conditions. Security of the regime takes priority, and welcoming foreigners is simply out of the question. Although Saudi Arabia has recently eased some rules to attract skilled professionals, the process of living legally in the country remains strict. Foreigners face cultural barriers, legal restrictions, and constant scrutiny. Integrating into society is a tough task, and failing to understand local norms can lead to serious complications. Imagine a young Afghan trying to escape constant violence, only to find closed borders and no safe opportunities. The ongoing conflict makes secure immigration nearly impossible. Those seeking asylum must endure dangerous journeys and face strict entry requirements in other countries. The international response is divided, leaving many refugees in desperate conditions. With the ongoing war, Syria remains one of the most challenging places for migration. Thousands seek refuge every year, but they face obstacles such as lack of documentation and hostile reception in some regions. The humanitarian crisis is severe, and many refugees remain stuck in temporary camps with no clear path to restart their lives. Venezuela is experiencing an unprecedented economic collapse, leading millions to flee in search of better opportunities. Hyperinflation, food shortages, and political instability have made life unbearable for many. Venezuelan migrants encounter limited resources and bureaucratic challenges in neighboring countries. Despite some international assistance, the crisis remains one of the largest migration dramas today. Eritrea is notorious for its strict immigration policies. Leaving the country without authorization can result in immediate imprisonment and severe punishment. Those who manage to escape live in constant fear of deportation and harsh penalties. Human rights organizations criticize the regime's repression, and Eritreans flee not just for new opportunities but to survive. Moving to Turkmenistan is like navigating a bureaucratic maze. The government imposes complex visa requirements and tightly controls the entry and exit of foreigners. Additionally, strict control over media and communication makes it difficult to live and work in the country. Potential immigrants face many uncertainties and restrictions. Political turmoil has made Belarus a difficult place for immigrants. The government's repressive actions have complicated immigration policies, creating obstacles for those seeking asylum or residency. Foreigners are subject to intense scrutiny, and the situation remains unstable with international sanctions affecting the economy and the lives of residents. Cuba has a long history of tight control over immigration. Those wishing to leave face numerous hurdles, from bureaucratic red tape to the risk of persecution. U.S. policies such as wet foot, dry foot, and recent immigration law changes have significantly shaped Cuban migration trends, creating a complex scenario for those seeking freedom and new opportunities abroad. Libya is in the midst of a humanitarian crisis, where violence and exploitation are part of daily life for migrants in transit. Many end up in detention centers under inhumane conditions. International organizations do their best to provide aid, but the situation remains dire, and the risks for immigrants are overwhelming. Since the military coup in 2021, Myanmar has tightened its borders and cracked down on immigration. The ongoing political crisis has led to widespread violence and instability, making it difficult for foreigners to enter the country. Additionally, those trying to leave face significant bureaucratic hurdles, and refugees encounter resistance from neighboring countries. Iran has strict immigration policies influenced by political, cultural, and security concerns. Foreigners face challenges in obtaining visas and must navigate a complex legal system if they wish to reside in the country. The recent political unrest has made the immigration process even more restrictive, limiting opportunities for those seeking to live or work in Iran. China's strict control over immigration reflects its focus on national security and maintaining social order. Foreigners need specific permits to reside in certain areas, and surveillance on immigrants has increased, Political sensitivities, especially with recent geopolitical tensions, have further complicated immigration processes, discouraging many from settling in the country. Algeria has recently introduced more restrictive immigration policies, limiting the number of foreign workers and refugees allowed to enter. Economic challenges and political concerns have led to these tightened regulations, making it harder for those seeking opportunities in North Africa. Immigrants already in the country face obstacles to legalizing their status. Bangladesh has implemented stricter immigration laws to manage a large influx of refugees and economic migrants. The country already hosts a significant number of Rohingya refugees, and the government is under pressure to limit additional immigration. These policies create challenges for migrants seeking asylum or work opportunities in the region. These 15 countries are reinforcing their borders, making it clear that the path to a new life will be more difficult than ever. Political, economic, and humanitarian crises are creating barriers that impact millions worldwide. If you found this content valuable, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it to stay updated on global immigration trends. I'll leave a link below to the countries with the highest number of women, in case you're curious to discover which places hold this demographic insight.